really think that people who try to act like the stereotypes of black women are not true make it true with situations like this. When you are, for one, constantly hostile to black women, and black women don't want you around because you are hostile to them consistently for no apparent reason, you show that even black people don't want you. Even black women don't like you because you are toxic to be around. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything about that. It's just what it is. I've always tried to avoid it, but everyone can see all the tons and tons and tons of hate comments that I get from black women. And I am a channel that supports black women. So I'm not talking against black women, but it's these very black women that will post on my channel a lot of hate and anger. More than black men. At least black men have a reason for it. Okay, they are upset because of the fact that I have a different view on interracial dating. There's a reason. With black women, there is no reason. And that says a lot about them. It's not my fault that you're upset and getting angry and aggressive towards people who did nothing wrong or did nothing against you. The fact that I am talking about some issues that have happened to me with colorism and anti-blackness for black women, for example, there's some channels I can think of that get a lot of anti-black behavior. For example, my opinions, my thoughts will offend you. Her channel often gets a lot of anti-black comments, like calling her a man and things of that nature. She is not a dark-skinned black woman, but she still does get a lot of anti-black woman rhetoric. The thing is, a lot of you guys get upset that this is not just an issue of dark-skinned black women. Why do you want your numbers so small? I don't know. I think the real thing is that you are really meaning to say that you think that if you look like someone else who was lighter, that you would have it easier. But when people tell you they don't, you don't want to hear it. And you don't want to hear someone else's personal experience. I never come for black women. I don't attack black women. Why would I do that when I am a black woman? I simply share my experience as a black woman. You don't like me sharing my experience as a black woman because you don't feel comfortable including me in a black woman's space. This is why you brought up the whole one-drop rule situation, when in reality, I am more black than you, dumb shit. Seriously. Like, why would you ever try and claim that you were more black than me, or try and say the one-drop rule? The one-drop rule only means one thing. If we're going to go that way, that you now are no longer a black person, you're just dark-skinned. And, that's it. Because if we really go down to that, you test, usually, black Americans, who are dark-skinned for that matter, will test 80% black. They won't test 90% black. They won't test close to 100% black. Before the one-drop rule, people who were a quarter white or an eighth white were considered mixed too. So you would be mixed. So, trying to exclude my experience as a black woman, trying to dismiss my experience as a black woman is anti-black women. The thing is, what you mean to say is you are just against all black women who make you feel a certain way, who you think should have it better. Just because you think someone should have it better doesn't mean they do. That's just some thought you had in your head that apparently is wrong and incorrect. So as far as educating oneself, I think you need to educate yourself on other people's experiences. But of course, you're not going to. You're going to stay very small-minded and stay in your small world with your small ideas. Sorry about that, I got cut off. But the thing is, you're just going to stay with your small mind. That's what colorism is all about with you guys. You don't want to understand anyone else's experiences. You don't want to understand dark skinned black women who don't experience colorism, who don't agree with colorism, who don't think it exists. Because I was raised by a dark skinned black mother who specifically told me that colorism doesn't exist. So that's why I'm saying in that last video, how dare someone who isn't even dark skinned tell other dark skinned black women what they're going to experience? Stay in your lane and actually listen to the people and their different experiences. I find it very insulting when you say my mother is supposed to experience colorism when she specifically says she does not. And she's always been taught that she was beautiful and her features were ideal. I specifically saw her features be celebrated by women, men of black race, other races, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. Everybody thought my mother was beautiful, and so that's why I have that perspective that dark skin is not trashed. African features are not trashed. In fact, I feel like the ideal black features are actually more Afrocentric. Less Afrocentric features, if they're not put together to look completely Eurocentric, are told to be out of place. For example, if you have very full lips but a nose that isn't very Afrocentric, you're going to be told you look out of place. So, talking about the fact that Afrocentric features or the more ethnic you look, you're going to get more attacked, no. That is not true. You could literally be attacked literally for having very full lips in a really hard and evil way and not have other features that are Afrocentric. So, talking about how someone's going to have, more problems because their features are more Afrocentric than another is ignorant. You don't know. I've seen many times people much darker than many lighter skinned people being told they're beautiful. And I've seen people who were lighter skinned being told they're ugly. And especially dark skinned black people telling brown skinned and light skinned black people that we're ugly often. They love to do that. So, no, that's not true. That is not true that you're saying that it's dark skinned black people who are told they are less attractive. By the outside world, I think honestly, I don't think there's a preference. If anything, the standard of blackness is dark skin, usually, even though they're not the majority. But that's what's seen as the standard, so they actually get benefit in that way. Now, on my channel, as far as my channel, I wanted to put up a screenshot of how many views I have. I've made 150,000 views in less than 15 months. I don't have any issue with creating content. As long as people like you keep coming to my channel and giving me tons of views, tons of comments, tons of subjects to talk about, I will never run out of content to talk about. I think you're just upset that I exist, that my channel exists. Well, that's not really any issue that you can change because I am here to stay. But I do find that a lot of black females have been coming to my channel getting more upset as my channel grows. It isn't black men who come to my channel who get angry at my channel growing. It is black women. Even though I've never attacked black women, I've never said anything against them. I've said that dark-skinned black women are the ideal phenotype of black women. But somehow I'm attacking black women. I really think that the reality is you just don't like how I look. And I've seen this before where people in real life don't generally like how I look for black females, dark-skinned black females many of the time. But the thing is, my behavior kind of outwins it. But I feel like here, my behavior isn't able to be that visible. You see me more than you actually hear what I have to say. And on how I talk, actually, you guys talk really weirdly where I can't understand you. I have a very mainstream voice, so I mean, you know, I don't really have any issue with articulating myself. I think you guys do on your channels, and I do think that the way I talk is a way that is off-putting to many of you because I notice a lot of black women channels sound a certain way. I can't make myself sound any differently than I sound, so that's just how it is. But if talking a certain way or not being dark skinned is offending someone, that's just crazy. Because, I mean, like, I've never attacked any dark skinned black woman. I've only said that dark skinned black women were more attractive than light skinned black women. I've never said anything against dark skinned black women. I never do. That's not a part of my platform. You guys just look at me and see me as the enemy. And that's more a personal issue that you guys have. And also, since my mother is a dark skinned black woman, she's also said that a lot of you sometimes have these issues with each other to the point where she's tried to avoid many of you. See, if a dark skinned black woman is avoiding other black women, light or dark for that matter, that says a lot about black women. Just saying, you know. And that's not all black women, that's just black women like you that are hateful to other black women for no apparent reason. You have a lot of different issues that you need to work out there, I think. So that's all I have to say in this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Like and subscribe, everybody. Bye.